Okay, I think I'm gonna have to do this whole video unedited because for some reason Sony Vegas, every single time I try and open my OBS format in Sony Vegas, it starts bleeding and going crazy. So I do apologize for the lack of editing. However, let's jump into some gym fails. We're going to be watching a video from SigmaaEdits. His channel will be linked below, and so will the video of the original content. So if you want to show him some love, then please go check him out. So let's get into it. Nothing like a sweet £385 uppercut to the chin. Right, let's see what happens here. So it looks like he's going to try and clean £385. Oh. Ooh, yep, nailed it. So his clips weren't secure properly there. So the bar has just gone back and whacked him in the chin, which isn't fun because the bar alone is 20 kilos. So this guy was trying to squat. It looked like he had resistance bands or something to help him, which just lift less weight. Ooh. Yeah, the chair gave up on him. You see, videos like this in particular upset me because clearly you have someone recording this guy because he knows he's doing the reps wrong, and instead of giving him some insight and some advice, instead he takes his camera out and records this guy for social media, which he probably didn't even ask for consent. So the recorder's an asshole in this one, and you can tell someone's recording this because you can see it moving. You can see the camera moving, whereas if this was a tripod that this old gentleman would have set up, the frame would be still, and more often than not the tripods are like sideways. But I digress. There is no way that this man was aware he was being filmed. But yeah, just take 2 minutes, guys. Help these people out. I'm not a big fan of these neck stretches and neck movements, and dear God. So when these people get out of the way, so the band he's using on the cable machine's actually for your legs. It's for leg day. It's for you to pull your leg backwards with not wrap around your head. But there's a bunch of people walking around allowing this guy to potentially do damage to his neck. So that's always good, isn't it? It looks like he's only lifting one plate though, so that's good. Okay, this old gentleman, I'm not really too sure what he was supposed to be doing, but it looks like we're gonna get into some lat pull downs. So what happens is, yeah, so he's got nothing to brace his knees with. So how the lat pull down machine usually works is you'll sit down and then you'll have like a pad just underneath your knees so you can brace your legs, and then you can pull that weight down. If the weight is heavier than how much you weigh, which is the case here, it will just lift you up if you have nothing to lock your legs into. So yeah, he should really lower the weight. I don't think this is necessarily a fail. It looks like this person is multitasking, reading a book and doing a low weight but high rep leg exercise. Yeah, I don't really consider that one a fail, to be honest with you. Again, this old gentleman does not know how to work the machine, which is unfortunate because we have another idiot that is recording him probably without asking his permission to put it on his social media. So that's always good. Massive fuck you to the gentleman filming. Okay. Point of view, random guy tries to rep my PR and fails. Okay. I don't know this guy. Okay, this is just a bit of a dick move. Obviously, if someone's using it, at least have the common decency to ask them if you can do this. Okay, I don't like the position his back's in. His back's in like a semicircle. We want that to be straight. But he's gonna go for it. Oh, he couldn't even lift it as well. This fella is doing what looks like he's trying to do some shrugs and a farmer's walk. Someone needs to just say to him, hey, dude, you don't have to flick your head back. You just Just try and get your shoulders to touch your ears. But it's okay. I mean, this is a very minute thing. He's not really gonna hurt himself too bad. I have no idea what this guy is doing. Just training for the next James Bond film, maybe? Ego lifting at its finest. That bar is completely... And that is how you break your neck. There's a reason there is 2 handles on the front of that bar. It's so you can hold on to them to keep the bar stable, so it doesn't try and, you know, break your neck. Also, I recommend anyone who... It looked like he was on his own, even though he was being filmed. It didn't look like he had anyone spotting him or anything like that. Generally, what I would do if I didn't have anyone spotting me, not only would I hold on to the handles, but I probably wouldn't put the clips on necessarily either, but I also wouldn't lift too heavy. So if it did get too heavy, also on squat racks, you'll have these metal bars that you can put across a bit higher up. So if you can't make the rep, you can rest the bar on that and reset. But things with bench press and stuff like that, if you're on your own, don't put the clips on, because if you can't push that weight back up, tilt side, weight off, job done. It looks like he's going to try and snatch and clean 3 plates, or it might be 2. The video quality is not the best. Oh my god. It really... What really sucks about that whole situation is he was surrounded by people. There was people everywhere, and it was clearly an impressive weight, but not a single person thought maybe they should spot him or be near him in case, you know, the worst happens. That's just completely sad. He quite clearly, his neck went back and he hit his head off the floor. I really hope this guy's okay. Irresponsible people. Okay, so you see on the squat rack, usually the pillar closest to my camera, those 2 little pillars, usually they're a bit taller, and you'll have these metal things that you can put on to make it higher. It looks like this guy's going to do a squat. He's walked that weight really far back. Now, it looks stupid, and it looks like a really bad fail, but it's not as stupid as you might think not having a clip on, because if you're on your own, it's a good way to not get stuck. Okay, this woman's doing some crazy calisthenic jump things. It's not very beneficial to train in this manner, because you're using your body weight for most of the resistance, which means that your muscles are working a lot less, and you're really risking hurting yourself, throwing yourself around like that. It looks like this guy is trying to... Yeah, that just seems irresponsible. If you drop that weight on someone, that's like a lawsuit. And depending on how heavy the weight is too, it could be attempted murder. This is quite funny. I saw another video of a guy with a suitcase, and he was like running along the treadmill with a suitcase. Incredible. Again, I just wish people, you know, instead of filming and trying to make this guy look stupid, like, just show him how to do the reps. And if you're not sure, guys, just ask. It looks like this person's doing like 0 gravity dips. Props to them. This woman looks like she's ready to kick some ass. Yeah, she just looks like she's having a good time. I don't hate this. I don't hate this. She's in her own little world. Okay, this is good. This is probably this is how the cameramen train when Usain Bolt and Mo Farah and stuff are running. 100% this is how they train the cameramen for the Olympics. Props to you, camera dude. The cameraman never dies. Okay, looks like we've got an elliptical machine and a guy. It looks like he's putting too much weight on one side. So if you rest all... Yeah, as you can see, he's taken his foot off the right side and he's got all his weight rested on the left side. So that's going to throw him up and down really crazily. But you see the person next to him who's sort of balanced, not really moving. That's because they're using the elliptical machine properly. So, okay. This, again, isn't really a fail. It looks a bit silly, yeah, but she is resting a lot of her weight on her triceps, and she's still getting the steps in, so I don't hate on this. I don't think this is too bad. I mean, it looks silly, but who cares? Okay, this, on the other hand, is quite dangerous. Someone should really... I just feel bad for this dude's rotator cuffs and joints, I really do. I wish someone would just go over there and say, look, slower is better. Just slowly do the weights, and you haven't got to bring your arms all the way back here. Just to your side, just to your side. Like the working rep range. Sorry, I just knocked the microphone. Looks like this guy's doing some weird jumps. So there is alternate ways. This is the assisted dip / pull-up machine. There is alternate ways you can use to train this. Like a good one for leg days, if you stand on one of the platforms, put your other leg on the pad that you can see him pushing down, and you push your leg down. That's kind of a good way of doing a similar thing to a leg press, but just stood up. This guy... I don't really get it. I don't really understand what this guy thinks he's training. Again, I just wish people would, you know, instead of filming people getting their exercises wrong, I wish they'd just go and show them how to do it properly instead of posting it on social media. It's just rude. One more. Okay, for a final fail. So anyone that didn't catch that, he had his leg out like he was a dog urinating, and he had the cable machine handles, you know, the handles that you hold that you can do exercises with, like pull them back and things. He had one of those in his mouth, and he was going like this. So I wonder what he was training for. Thank you so much for watching, guys. This has been quite fun reviewing all these fails. I'm trying to make it as fair use as possible, because I don't really like people stealing other people's content and then not actually adding anything to it. So I hope whatever information I've added to it has been informative and has maybe helped someone. If I got anything wrong, please do let me know in the comments. I'm definitely not the biggest guy, or I haven't trained for years. You know, I'm still quite new to it myself, but I understand the basic principles and how to use machines and stuff. And just as a final word to anyone looking to get into the gym, if you don't know what you're doing, please just ask anyone. If someone approached me asking me how to use a machine, I'd be more than happy to help them. And all of the people I've met at the gym have been just as helpful. I've never, and I don't want to jinx myself, but I've never met anyone really, really rude at the gym that wasn't willing to help. So I hope this helps. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one.